Hello and welcome. It's KB here. So I have another big news for Windows 11 24H2. It's a good news, but at the same time, a bad news. So let's talk about the good news first. The BitLocker feature is coming to Windows 11 Home Edition starting from the Windows 11 24H2. This is a good news only if you like or if you use BitLocker or want to use BitLocker. BitLocker is a feature which encrypts your drives, and this feature is only available on Windows Pro Edition and above. But now it looks like starting from the Windows 11 24H2 update, home users will also get this feature. Again, as I said, this is a good news only if you want to use BitLocker or you use BitLocker. Now, the bad news is that you may didn't read this carefully. Microsoft may default encrypt your data with BitLocker on Windows 11 24H2 Home PCs too, which means both Home and Pro editions will automatically enable the BitLocker encryption. Now, you may ask why that is a bad news. Because it causes a performance issue. It simply makes your drive slow, both in read and write speed, plus which also affects the overall, system performance too. Because it is always running in the background trying to encrypt and decrypt the drives, and according to TechRadar, it can drop the performance by 45%, and it could be even higher depending on the SSD's read and write speed. I have really cheap SSD which has highest 500 megabytes per second read and write speed. This is definitely going to cut my performance by more than 60, maybe 70%, because even though my SSD's spec says that it is 500 megabytes, actually 550 megabytes per second, I get only like 450 to 80 megabytes per second read and write speed. If I enable the BitLocker, it's gonna go around like 200 something megabytes per second, which I can actually get from normal HDDs too. What's the point of me using SSD? Now, here is the thing, really interesting thing. About a week ago, okay, not actually, it's been exactly 11 days. I made this post on my Twitter. Sadly, nobody liked it, but 89 people saw it. Good. So basically, what I did was back in May 1st, I had some issues with my current Windows 11 installation, which was running the Windows 11 23H2, the current stable version of Windows 11. So I needed to reinstall the Windows. So I took this opportunity to actually install Windows 11 24H2 on my main machine, and that was a big mistake. Let me show you another post that I so this is day 2, May 2nd. This time someone actually liked it. Very good. Now I did this post. That wasn't a good idea. I didn't make a video on this explaining everything because, as we all know, right now the Windows 11 24H2 is still in development, so you can expect a lot of bugs here and there. So I did actually install the 24H2 on my main machine. That was a terrible idea. The performance was truly like disgusting, I confirm here that yes, Windows 11 24H2 is going to have a BitLocker enabled by default, and I checked it myself. Again, as I said, I didn't make the video, but I'm here to confirm because I have actually used it on my main machine for an entire day, and it was a terrible experience. Again, Windows 11 24H2 is still in beta, so you can expect bugs here and there. But I don't use BitLocker. I disabled it. Even after that, I actually still had some issues. The performance related to the SSD and overall system being slow because of the read and write speed being used at, BitLocker constantly in the background. But when I disabled it, it was good. Okay, the performance was actually good. It was feeling like, wow, I'm gonna keep using Windows 11 24H2. But later, when I tested the games, it turned out the performance was actually really bad. Maybe it was something to do with the graphics drivers not being updated for the Windows 11 24H2. Maybe that's probably the reason, but Yeah, I don't use BitLocker. Again, as I said, it causes the performance issue. So anyone like the gamers, creative app users, I don't think they will prefer, enabling BitLocker because again, because it drops the performance. And I'm not too sure if the home users will have enabling and disabling option. So according to some sources, yes, BitLocker is coming to home editions too. But the question is there going to be a option to enable it and disable it? If there is an option, good, we can just simply disable it. If there isn't, really bad if you want to disable BitLocker. If you want to use it, then it's good. Now, you can actually disable automatic encryption when you install the Windows 11 24H2. That is the biggest issue. Like the feature itself isn't an issue. It is going to be enabled by default when you install. So you have to go and manually turn it off. For most people out there who doesn't know enough about BitLocker and they don't care about BitLocker, this is not a good news. So there is this tool called Rufus. This is going to be really, really useful if you want to disable automatic BitLocker encryption in 24H2. Because again, as I said, I don't use it and most people don't use it because of the performance issue. But if you use it, I mean, okay, it's a good news for like home users too. This is a tool to create a Windows bootable USB drive. It also has some really cool features. When you click on Start Create, it gives you this prompt with Windows user experience. You can customize it. So there is this feature called Disable BitLocker Automatic Device Encryption. So you can use this and simply create bootable USB drive, and the Windows 11 24H2 will not automatically encrypt your drives, or it won't use the BitLocker automatically. If you want to use it later, I mean, you can enable it. So right now, this is the best solution if you don't want to use BitLocker encryption by default. That's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. If you still have any questions or you want to talk about this, the Windows 11 24H2 update, or you have something to say about this update, yeah, you can always do the comment and we can have some chit chat in the comment section too. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself and have fun. Bye-bye.